Hello, there's chapters at the bottom of this video, so if you want to skip this introduction and go straight to the basic tutorial, then I will see you there. Here's the wee ditty we're learning today. Okay, so this video is in response to a comment I got from a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, who was asking for a tab for the little ditty that I've been doing in the clean demo parts of my last few review videos. Which was really nice to hear because I came up with that a little bit and reviewed like 10 guitars on the same day. So I played it a lot and I've had to hear it even more times in the editing process. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, I'm just kind of testing the waters here to see if anyone's interested in this kind of tutorial content. I do teach guitar for a living and have done for around 16 years, but that doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about. Pretty much anyone can claim to teach the guitar, and there's many people who do, and they probably shouldn't. You know who you are, or maybe you don't, but I do have a degree in music, if that's worth anything. It's not. I'm also going to mention that I'm not going to go super deep theory-wise into this. I would like to, that's how I prefer to teach, but I think for the purposes of this video and just responding to a comment, I'll just get on with the basics so you can play it. Right, so here we go, we've made it. It's time for the tutorial part. First chord, it's an E major 9. We've got finger 2 on string 5 fret 7, finger 1 string 4 fret 6, finger 3 string 2 fret 7, and finger 4 string 3 fret 8. There we go, just put them all in order for you. And we're going to be making use of both the open E strings as well. I play the E bass note first and then strum the rest of the chord like this. Show you both hands here. So there's the E chord, E string. Just like that. There we go. Right, now for the next chord, it's an A major 9. So there's two fingerings for this one. The one in the tab is showing us finger 1 on string 4 fret 11 and finger 3 on string 3 fret 13. Using the open A string here, not playing the E bass note. Here we go, play the A bass note separately. And then the rest of the chord. Now the other fingering, which you might find more useful, is finger 2 and 4 on the same strings and frets. The reason that we could do it this way is because the previous chord, the E major 9, you can go back to that one. If I basically just move this whole thing up to fret 12, and you should know that fret 12 is the octaves of the open string, so I'm just basically taking them off, and I'm left with fingers 1 and 4 on the same two strings. So either option, you can go and switch to fingers 1 and 3, or you can go and slide up and take off those two. Do whatever you like. Okay, so the next chord, a G sharp minor 11. So what I'm going to do is string 6, finger 2 fret 4, finger 3 on string 4 fret 4, finger 4 on string 3 fret 4. So we've got this kind of little stack here. And we're going to have finger 1 at the back on fret 2, string 2. Did you follow all that? I hope you followed that. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be muting the A string back here. And I'm going to do that with the underside of this fingertip. So usually when you're playing chords, you kind of arc your fingertips up to make space and clearance for the string below so you can hear everything really well. But we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to put this finger on kind of lazy, if you like, let it hang a little bit. And stack these on, add that one on, and we're going to play this for one beat. And I'm only going to strum as far as string 2. I'm not going to play the open E string. Just these 5. So we've got that one, and then we've got this one muted, and then we've got these 3. Sorry, my sleeve got in the way there. So the next chord is a G7 sharp 11. So we're just going to actually go from the previous chord. This is back to the G sharp minor 11. But if you check this out, what I'm going to do is basically just move fingers 2 and 3 back 1 fret from fret 4 to fret 3 like this. Whoa ho ho! And I'm going to keep 4 in position and 1 in position. So check this out. Here's the previous chord. Then here's our next chord. Lovely little change there. I think. Next chord is an F sharp minor 7 with a little embellishment of the minor 9 getting thrown in there as well. Here we go. So we're going to start off with a bar on fret 2, finger 1, and just a little tip for you if you've never done bar chords before to make it a little bit easier. Rather than using the flat of your finger like this, what you want to do is kind of roll a little bit to this side. Kind of like the corner of the finger, there's a bone there. And if you get that right up against the fret, so you can almost, if you're looking from this sort of front view, you can actually not even see the fret. See, there's the fret there. It looks like I'm covering it, but the pressure is actually just all behind the fret. And that makes it a bit easier to fret the notes. Anywho, moving on. We're going to put finger 3 on fret 4, string 5, and that's our F sharp minor 7 chord. And while I'm there, I'm going to hammer on with my pinky, finger 4, onto the first string, fret 4. And you'll notice in the tab part that once I've got to the top, I'm going to take that pinky off and I'm going to arpeggiate downwards. So that whole part. Okay, so next chord is an A/B. It's an A chord with a B on the bass. And then we're going to make a little bit of an embellishment, making it like an A add sharp 11 with the same B on the bass. Check this out. So we've got finger 3 on fret 9 of string 6, finger 4 on fret 9 of string 4, and again we're doing that little mute of the A string that we did in the last chord. And then we've got finger 2 on string 3 fret 6, and finger 1 on string 2 fret 5. Now with this one we're going to arpeggiate it. So basically we're going to play string 6, jump over string 5, and then we're going to play 4, 3, 2. When I get to string 2, I'm going to slide this first finger back 1 fret to fret 4. This is a bit of a tricky one, and if you've seen any of my videos you'll notice that I can't always get this. But anyway, here we go. Once that's moved back, then I'm going to play the high E string open. Then I'm going to keep that where it is and then I'm going to descend downwards. Like that. So in full. And the final chord, which is my favourite, is the E major 13. I think I stole this one from the intro to Stevie Wonder's Tuesday Heartbreak, which is a great track, although he plays it in E flat. We've got open string 6, and we're going to be barring with finger 1 from strings 5 to 1 only. See how I've left the open E string there? Yeah. So, yeah, barring on fret 11. And then I'm adding finger 2 on a string 2, fret 12. And that is the final chord. I'm going to use the open E string with that. Here we go. Oh, beautiful chord. Now a good tip for this one is once you've played it, you should wiggle your wiggly bar a little bit if you have one, like this. Or you could do a wee volume swell. If you want. But definitely make strange faces. Right, job done. Now the way I presented this information here today is not the way I like to teach at all. If you watched this and learned the part, I'm going to argue that you learned nothing other than the part that you're playing, which is a nice wee set of chords. I'd much rather show you how the chords work, explain the intervals and how they work together, etc. What makes the chords what they are. For example, what use is it to know an E major 9 if you can't make it a C major 9? Or from there make it a C minor 9? Or even knowing which note in the chord is the 9. That's important. So let me know in the comments section, was this of any interest? I'm kinda on the fence about teaching stuff on YouTube because I teach guitar for my day job and the YouTube thing's a little bit of an escape from that. So I'm more than happy to go back to reviewing gear that I'm interested in, doing deep dives on back plates or checking out my favourite gig bags, that kind of thing. Anyway, was that fun? Educational? Informative? Who knows? Probably not. See you later.